It says I'm live, but let's see. All right. There we go. So I actually am live. Welcome back to another part of the Unlife of Turbrumble. Um, we are now in Silverpine Forest, about to meet with High Executor or Grand Executor Mortis and the Dark Lady herself, Sylvanas Windrunner. Surrounded in this camp by... Oh, that's cool. I've never seen this pet before. Huh. Surrounded by her Dark Rangers, just like everywhere. And some dead dudes and dead women. And her Valkyr.
I am forsaken.
Most excellent! A new recruit has arrived. There is much to do. Much to do, I say. You're just in time, Turbrumble Nub. It is Turbrumble Nub, right? Grand Executor Mortis looks at a sheet of paper. Yes, that's what the paperwork says. Turbrumble Nub. Grand Executor Mortis points to your name on the sheet of paper. Where was I? Oh yes, you're just in time. The war chief should be arriving at any moment to meet with our leader and savior, the Dark Lady herself. Just stand by and be at your best behavior. I expect that when this demonstration is over, we will all receive commendations.
Where is that ogre-headed buffoon?
Ooh, voice acting.
Ah, speak of the devil.
This better be important, Sylvanas. You know how I detest this place and its foul stench. Why have you called for me? And more importantly, what are those scourge fiends doing here?
War Chief, so glad you could make it. With the death of the Lich King, many of the more intelligent Scourge became unemployed. Those fiends, as you so delicately put it, are called Valkyr. They are under my command now. And they are part of the reason that I asked to see you.
Get on with it, Sylvanas!
Very well, War Chief. I have solved the plight of the Forsaken. As a race, we Forsaken are unable to procreate. With the aid of the Valkyr, we are now able to take the corpses of the fallen and create new Forsaken. Agatha, show the War Chief.
Oh, that's impressive.
What you have done here, Sylvanas, it goes against the laws of nature. Disgusting is the only word I have to describe it.
War Chief, without these new Forsaken, my people would die out. Our hold upon Gilneas and Northern Lordaeron would crumble.
Have you given any thought to what this means, Sylvanas? What difference is there between you and the Lich King now?
Isn't it obvious, War Chief? I serve the Horde.
Watch your clever mouth, bitch. Chromosh, you stay behind and make sure the Banshee Queen is well guarded. I will be expecting a full report when next we meet.
As you command, War Chief.
Remember, Sylvanas, eventually we all have to stand before our Maker and face judgment. Your day may come sooner than others.
I don't like the way he was talking to her. Well, that was unexpected. I am not one to doubt our war chief, but... Never mind, we have work to do. I'm sure the Dark Lady and the war chief will get this all worked out. The battle over this region still rages, Turbrumble Nub. Although we soundly beat back the Gilnean defenses and took the Gilneans for the Horde, a small group of rebels managed... Oh, Gilneas for the Horde. Small group of rebels managed to escape the Gilneas Liberation Front, as they call themselves, and make attacks of opportunity against our forces in the field. The rebels have had a few minor victories, and now grow brazen in their assaults. The time to strike back is now, Turbrumble Nub. Venture south into the wilds of Silverpine and kill any rebel that you cross. And when we do, we get Nub's Wand. The Grand Executor does not have a very long neck, no.
What do you need?
All able-bodied members of the Horde are hereby ordered to report to High Executor Darthalia at South Point Gate in Hillsbrad Foothills. The Forsaken war machine marches on, ever onward, securing Lordaeron for the Horde. To reach South Point Gate, you must follow the road south through Silverpine Forest, and take the east fork leading into Hillsbrad Foothills. Onward, sister! Destiny calls! Why is he giving me that already? Like, I understand that I'm level 15, right? And I'm at the beginning of the zone. But normally, you do, like... Zones normally, at the beginning, have around, like, a 5 to 10 level range. Like, 10 for the first area, and about 10 for the second, and then from there, it breaks down to, like, 5-ish per zone after that. And I'm only level 15, so I would only be halfway through this zone regardless if I went here straight at level 10. It just... it really breaks... It breaks up the narrative for me when it does that. Like, you show up to a new place. Here, immediately go to this other place. Like, no, I wanna stay around here and see what it has to offer. High Apothecary Shauna Tavine.
I'm listening.
If we're going to get this new blight up and running, we'll need clean beast guts. The problem is that clean beast guts are a rare commodity in Silverpine Forest. Most of the beasts here have succumbed to disease, and thus only have diseased organs. Do a sweep of the forested area east of here for wargs and grizzled bears. Kill only the non-diseased variety, rip out their entrails. Bring me all of the clean guts that you can stuff into your backpack.
Beware our enemies.
The frickin' apothecaries are weird.
What?
You have no doubt heard about the incident that transpired at the Wrathgate in Northrend, yes? Due to those unfortunate events, we are strictly forbidden from using the strain of life-shattering blight that we finally perfected. Now we have rules and regulations and other nonsense. They've given us some neutered version of the perfected blight and expect us to weaponize it. If I'm to get this crap functional, I need several bags full of ferocious doomweed. You'll find it all over Silverpine.
Our time will come.
Okay, so there are some things that I need to address that I think are actually pretty poor design. Um, Cataclysm, which remade the zones and moved the storyline of the zones from original World of Warcraft to post Wrath of the Lich King, has had a lot of things happen since then. In Wrath of the Lich King, there was an incident called the Wrathgate, where the Alliance and Horde were sieging a Lich King held gateway into his stronghold zone, Ice Crown. This gateway was the easiest path for them to get into his area. And as the fight was happening, the Lich King actually came out and was while the Alliance and Horde were trying to siege it. Unfortunately for the Forsaken, there was a rebel group of Forsaken that had, like, I guess rebel isn't the right word. They were a, like, traitor group of Forsaken that stayed hidden within the Royal Apothecary faction of the Forsaken that were led by the Dreadlord demon Varimathras. So, it's not in the game anymore because Blizzard are, frankly, they make retarded decisions with their content in game. But okay. But there was a set of missions post the Wrathgate mission, where you show up to help the people that survive getting plague bombed by the traitor faction, and then you go to reclaim the Undercity. And both the Alliance and Horde did this, and it was awesome because it was like a raid instance that you got to do as a quest. It was freaking amazing. There were multiple, like, high-level, important named NPC bosses that you kill throughout the whole thing. And both the Alliance and the Horde had different paths through the city, and at one point they meet up. And it was just an amazing quest, and it had amazing rewards as well. I'm not entirely sure why they ever got rid of it, to be frank. So that's what that quest giver was talking about. The Wrathgate incident was the traitorous people who were leading the Royal Apothecary Society at the time had a perfected form of blight that not only killed the living, but killed the undead. So he's pretty pissed about not being able to work with their old perfect sample. Because the new war chief, Garrosh, basically decided that nobody gets it. Like, that's too easily abused. The Forsaken pose too much of a threat with that strain. So he ordered it all destroyed. Now, the other thing that might confuse anyone who's been paying attention to what I've been saying is that that was Garrosh Hellscream being called War Chief, and I've mentioned before that um, that Sylvanas is actually the War Chief right now. And the reason why this is all messed up is because of the fact that Blizzard Blizzard have this set of zones all the way back in the Cataclysm timeline. Um, so as you level up in this game, you will go from post Wrath of the Lich King to pre Wrath of the Lich King to Wrath of the Lich King, back to post Wrath of the Lich King, and then you'll continue on from there in the normal timeline. It just seems to be a real mess of a timeline. It kind of gives you some whiplash when you try to figure out who was the war chief during what time period that you're currently in.
Speak quickly.
Have you collected the ferocious doomweed I requested? Agony abounds, friend. The land itself threatens to devour us, and yet we persist. I wonder why that is. With this doomweed and the guts and gore that Tavine needs, we might have something suitable to send to the Forsaken Front.
Victory for Sylvanas.
And now I have to go collect the organs. There used to be, I think, Murloc camps along this area. Kind of interesting that there isn't anymore.
It's too far away.
Oh, we have half the beast guts that we need.
I need to get closer.
I was going to be worried with the way that they described the rarity of the beast guts that this might be bit of a grind, even for a affliction warlock. Oh, great. Oh, ooh, there's a rare beast up there. Time to go kill it. See if we get any cool magic items. Oh shit. Oh shit, that warlock is going up there. Okay, cool. That warlock is not going after the rare. Oh, it's certainly coming over to help though. They're using a succubus. Interesting. We got an imbued infantry cloak, which gives us 2 strength, but is 1 more armor than what we already have, so might as well take it. Yeah, that is pretty messed up timeline wise. Frickin' honestly, I think it's a bit of a travesty too, because with how often the Horde got a new leader, it's super confusing. Because there was a point where 3 or 4 expansions in a row, they had a new leader. Because Thrall stopped being the leader in Cataclysm, which is right after Wrath of the Lich King, when all of this happened. And then after Cataclysm, we got Mist of Pandaria, where everyone started to hate Garrosh, and Garrosh was starting to try to kill off the non-orc races in the Horde. And then at the end of that expansion, everyone deposes Garrosh, and Vol'jin becomes the war chief. At the beginning of the next expansion, Vol'jin is killed. And names Sylvanas the war chief. Or sorry, not at the beginning of that expansion. At the beginning of the expansion after Warlords of Draenor, which is the one we're currently in, Legion, Vol'jin is killed, and he names Sylvanas the war chief. So pretty much almost every expansion after Wrath of the Lich King, there's been a new war chief. You can't really make like a consistent storyline and have, because you can find Sylvanas in 2 different cities with like the same name and title and everything. It's just weird.
Watch your back.
Okay, now we are taking a bat over to bomb murlocs on these islands um, to test out our new plague. I don't know, man. Maybe. Ooh, there are bears and wolves over here now on Fenris Isle. Those weren't there before. Alright, look at all these murlocs. Time to kill them all. Eliminate all the murlocs with blight. There we go. Bunch of dead murlocs. Oh, we gotta fly over Fenris Castle. Hillsbrad refugees. So it looks like somebody deposed the Scourge and the undead gnolls that lived there, and a bunch of humans are taking residence there now.
What will you require?
Potent enough to exterminate 1,000 murlocs. I think I'll put that on the label. You've done well, Turbrumble, and great work around here gets rewarded.
Remember,
And cloak.
disappear.
Same armor, better stats for us. Deathstalker Commander Belmont.
I'm listening.
Do you know why Mortis appends nub to your name, Turbrumble? Because he is an incompetent sycophant that has trouble seeing through his oversized helmet. Nub is your classification. You are now part of the new Undercity Battalion. But enough with the comedy. I sent Deathstalker York on a shadow operation 2 days ago. Her goal was to get information on the Gilneas Liberation Front and return. 3 days and no word from her. Head southwest to the Ivar Patch and look for York, Turbrumble.
Trust no one.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Seriously, hiding in the outhouse? Belmont gets a little nervous and sends some newbies to look for me. Listen, I've been staking out the old Ivar cottage from inside the south house for 3 days. Your presence threatens the whole damn operation. There's no time to explain. We have to act now or this mission will be compromised. The Gilneas Liberation Front leader, Darius Crowley, has been meeting with another Worgen inside this cottage for the past 3 days. I'm not sure what's going on, but we need to get inside the cottage and find a good hiding place from where we can eavesdrop. It's now or never, Undead. We may never get another shot. Just promise me that if I don't make it, you'll return to Forsaken High Command and inform Belmont of whatever we discover. Nice boots. Here's York. We haven't got much time. Crowley will be arriving shortly. Let's go. Ooh, she got some wicked looking daggers. More like claws with hilts than daggers. There, hide in the armoire. I'll hide in the shadows next to you. Oh, that is a big worgen. Have you given any more thought to my proposal, Ivar? Why trust you now, Crowley? You abandoned us, left us to die. If we're to win this war, we will need your help. Our packs must unite. The Forsaken will destroy us otherwise. You are the alpha male, Ivar. The rest of the Ferals and Silverpine will do as you command. I don't care about your war, Crowley. But I have seen firsthand what the Forsaken are capable of doing. It is true. They hunt us, slaughter the defenseless. So you will help? I will gather my pack. It would appear that we are being watched, Crowley. You have grown soft. Likely Greymane's fault. Treacherous little pup. What say you now, spy? I live and die for the Banshee Queen. I was hoping you'd say that. I will prepare the pack. It will take some time to gather them all, but we will join for now. That sucks. Man. Deathstalker York. She did.
That better be good.
Alas, poor York. I knew her, Turbrumble, an assassin of infinite courage. Now, tell me what's going on. What did you and York discover? Belmont hands you a sealed envelope. Deliver this report to Lady Sylvanas Windrunner. It is my assessment of the situation in Silverpine based upon your and York's fieldwork. If we do not stamp out the Worgen insurgents, they will overrun us. The time to act is now. Oh shit, are we actually going to talk to Lady Sylvanas? We are. The Dark
What
Lady.
joy is there in this curse?
Kneel before your queen, Turbrumble. Instead, I cheer. Crowley, a gnat, an insect, waiting to be crushed beneath my boot heel. So he thinks to rouse the feral Worgen of Silverpine. We shall show him and his allies the might of the Forsaken. But first, we must clean up the mess made by the War Chief's fleet. Without their aid, we may lose this war. Our reinforcements from Kalendor arrived last night. 3 Orc gunships full of supplies, weapons, and soldiers. 3 orc gunships lost to Bloodfang's damned Worgen. How could an entire orc fleet lose to a small band of enemy combatants that lack any siege weaponry? An important question that you will answer for me. Gather your gear and report to the Orc Admiral Hatchet at the Admiral Hatchet at the Forsaken Rear Guard southwest of here. Get those orcs operational, Turbrumble. I await your full report. Right, I don't have a mount. I have to hoof it. Oh, and here we can see someone playing Demonology. Ah, it was that other warlock we met earlier. He's got all of his imps out on display. Oh, a forest yeti. I kind of want to try and kill that thing. I did get fear. Bet I could do it. 2.2k health. Yeah. Ooh, and I got Unstable Affliction. Finally. Okay. A 1, a 2. And hopefully before I get smashed. Oh shit. Oh shit. Heal through the damage. Must sustain. Oh man, I kill an elite giant. I don't even get any cool loot. That sucks. I don't even think I got experience for killing that thing. I didn't even get experience for killing that thing. It almost killed me, and I got nothing from doing that. It was literally just there to scare me. Like, thanks, game. I mean, maybe. I'm on a role-playing server right now, so it wouldn't surprise me to hear of that. We are at the Forsaken Rear Guard. This place is cool. This is a new town that they added. This expansion. I mean, so was the Forsaken High Command. This zone was honestly really bare before this. This fiasco may go down as one of the biggest embarrassments in the history of naval warfare. How did this happen? Drunk happened. That's how. We may not have to live down the shame of this defeat. The war chief will likely have us all executed instead. I'll be damned if we don't go down without a fight. Although the whole beachhead is overrun by Bloodfang Worgen, there may still be hope. I want you to accompany one of our sea pups to the beachhead, directly west of here, and recover our supplies. Return to me when the pup can carry no more. Sober pup wristbands.
May your blades never dull.
Orc sea pup is actually an orc. Okay.
Speak, friend.
It's the goblin's fault, undead. Hick. You see, we set off for Silverpine from Bilgewater Harbor over in Ashara. Huge mistake that was. Never has such a din of inequity and sin existed in our great empire. Those damnable goblins fueled our every vice and set us off to sail with barrels full of ale. Hick. The shame of it all leaves a mark greater than any scar. Honor must be restored. Kill the blood-fang worgen that ambushed us. They're scavenging the wreckage to the southwest. Sounds like you guys just suck at your job.
Hello.
Have you seen the huge lumbering Ettins roaming the forest? Yes, I have. Why do you mention them? Cursed things came from Gilneas. Now they wander... Shit. Let me back that back up. Now they wander the land, searching for their next juicy meal. We've managed to subjugate and utilize some of them to haul our wagons, but the others, well, they must be killed. Unfortunately, we can't spare any soldiers to do the job. That's where you come in, Warlock. I have a plan, but it's going to require some materials. Head out into the forests around this base and collect diseased beast organs. Ugh, again. Seriously. Well. Just a random outhouse over here. By the graveyard. There's an outhouse in the graveyard. I don't know why I'm so shocked. I'm gonna switch those back. There we go. Sorry if you guys can hear my roommates. That is a huge chicken. A mutant bush chicken. The thing is taller than me. My god. We are Forsaken. This is how we do it, Warlock. Excellent. Now to prepare the meal. Take this cage, Warlock. I've placed it inside one of my own mutant bush chickens, with a few slight modifications. Within the butt of this bush chicken is a stick of dynamite laced with gunk from the diseased organs you brought me. Why? Why? Take the cage out into the surrounding forest and locate the wandering forest Ettin. Release the chicken and sit back as my masterwork does its job. The ensuing explosion should be sufficient to kill the Ettin or greatly weaken it, allowing you to finish it off. And the pants I get from this are called suppository preventers. Ah. Blizzard. Blizzard. Why? I wonder if we go back to the old mine. There goes the chicken. It ain't the chicken. And now our orc disappeared. So we have to run back to town and get the orc again. Such a great job, Blizzard.
Strength and honor. Fight well, friend.
What now?
Apothecary Wormcrud laughs maniacally. Was there ever any doubt? An Ettin is no match for science. An Ettin is no match for science. Let it be known. Starting to lose my put together look with all this new gear. Although, jeans do go with everything. Okay, let's see what the orc was saying as we were throwing boxes on him. Oof, maybe throw a little softer, Captain. Heavy, no can see nothing. Ugh, these boxes too heavy. They might fall. Me no sign up for this. Wait. Yes, me did sign up for this. No more. This is Maxima. Me, this too much. Oh, peons.
Greetings.
Within these crates are held steel thunder. With our weaponry returned, we might have a chance to redeem ourselves.
Go forth into victory.
Looks as if you really gave those Worgen a beating, and, in the process, lifted the shame haze they cast over us. Perhaps the sea dogs will quit drinking now. Who am I kidding? Ha! Vengeance is all-consuming. Our third ship sank off the coast from the skittering dark northwest of here. The men that made it off that boat were either captured or killed by the skitterweb spiders of the region. For that, the spiders must die. All of them! Travel to the skittering dark and crush those insects. Be on the lookout for the matriarch. Perhaps if we find her, we can end this menace forever. Some would say that we are lucky to be alive. Those peoples would be idiot. At least had we died, we would not have had to face the war chief's wrath. Alas, what's done is done. Now we must attempt to regain our lost honor. The third ship in our fleet sank off the coast of the skittering dark north of here. Those that made it to the shore quickly found themselves swarmed by the giant spiders of the area and encased in webbing. If there are survivors, we must free them. Go to the skittering dark. Okay, I get it. You guys want me to go kill spiders? It was like 2 quests that had almost exactly the same quest text. Oh yeah. There's that other warlock. Okay, let's drain some health real quick. That got pretty low. That was me not paying attention. Oh. Is that the matriarch? No. I wonder if the matriarch is down here. The root of this evil must be found and destroyed. The Skitterweb matriarch must be nearby, no doubt hiding in the nearby cave. Yep, it's me. She's nearby. You can put an end to the menace by killing her. Find the broodmother at the end of the cave and destroy her. Okay. And then we get new gloves already. Oh, we found a compact shotgun. I'm going to do just a little bit of disenchanting work. Shit.
I can't use that.
There we go. There's the matriarch. Now we have all these orc sea dogs punching things for us. Alright, and I'm gonna end the stream after I turn in these quests for the day. A solid 2 hours of progression on this character.
Loktar.
You rescued our orcs and killed the Skitterweb matriarch? We owe you a great debt of gratitude. You've saved us all from certain execution. I'm sure we can rouse these drunken idiots now.
Strength.
Ooh, I'm friendly with Orgrimmar. Loktar! Once the ale wears off, my orcs will be ready. Admiral Hatchet hands you an envelope sealed with the mark of the Horde. This is your commendation letter. It's the least I could do for you, given the circumstances. Return to Lady Sylvanas Windrunner with the letter and inform her of our status. Let her know that we will be ready to march on her command. Goodbye, Turbrumble. You are an excellent soldier. Northeast, ma'am, to the Forsaken High Command. Oh, that was a Death Knight. Okay. I thought that was a Dark Ranger for a second. I was like, damn, that looks awesome. Alright. Well, thank you for joining me for another episode, or 2 episodes, of the Unlife of Turbrumble. Forsaken Starting Areas. I'm planning at this moment to do another one on Monday, tomorrow. Well, no, not Monday, because tomorrow is my roommate's birthday. And I don't know if we're doing anything. I might get him a cake or something. But, I'm definitely going to be doing one on Tuesday. So, the 25th? 24th. Tuesday the 24th. So, thank you all. Hope you enjoyed, and see you later.